Hey there. Hey, Rob Anspach here, and I want to talk to you about using live video and why some professional speakers still have a time adjusting to this technology. And what I mean by adjusting is, a lot of people out there like to record their videos. They like to make them perfect. They like to edit them. They like to add special effects and graphics. And that's all well and good. But live video brings you a raw, real, and more relatable person that's speaking to you. And here's the joy of live, is that I get to make blunders. I get to make bloopers. I get to make mistakes. And that just makes me more human. I love making recorded videos and putting them on YouTube. And for a long, long time, that was the thing to do. In fact, I even talk about, how to make proper videos in my book, Share, which I wrote 3 years ago. And, a great buddy of mine, Gerry Oginski, who's a medical malpractice attorney in New York, I think he's made 2,000 videos already on YouTube, okay? And one of his ways that he makes videos, and I'll make this it's simple, okay? You pose a question, you identify yourself, you answer the question, and you give people a way to contact you. And you do that in under 3 minutes. Well, there's your video for YouTube. Well, live video is a little different. You can still, pose the question, introduce yourself, explain your answer, and get people to contact you. But there's no editing. It is what it is, okay? And if you're stressing about getting behind the camera to go live, understand this, is that social media is all about being social. It's all about getting your fans, friends, and followers to trust you. And if you're afraid to get behind that camera, what gives people an idea of who you are, of how you react, of how you do things? We can all take the road of recording a video and making it clean, making it fresh, making it look super awesome. And that is going to convert some fans. Or we can step up our plate, our game, get on live video, and make mistakes, and be human, and be relatable. Now, I know a lot of professional speakers don't like live video because it infringes on their ability to, I think it's not more of a relating thing, it's more of a, they already have their script planned out. They have teleprompters to let them know what they have to say. They have slides that give them the ability to know what they're supposed to do next. I think for me, live video is very similar to how I go out and I share my story on stage with my audience, because I don't use slides. I don't use teleprompters. I don't use PowerPoint. I just get up and share a story. And none of my talks are ever the same. And I've spoken in front of crowds, and people would ask me, "Well, Rob, what are you going to talk about?" I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I have an idea, but I kind of gauge the audience. And that's what's nice about live video, is that people will post questions, or they'll say hi, or they'll pop up, and they'll say things, and you have to be able to ad lib. You have to be able to respond quick. And I think that's the problem that even professional speakers have, is they're not able to respond because they have their own script in the back of their mind that they have to stick to. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a professional speaker, but I think that in today's day and age, that anybody who gets behind a video camera to share their story, to share their opinion, to share, how they do things, needs to be able to be flexible. They need to be able to ad-lib a little bit, or go off script, or present something in a way that's they've never done before, because it keeps them on their toes. Now, I know probably some of you have gone to events, seminars, where the speaker is basically reading off a PowerPoint. How did that make you feel? If I know that they're reading off a PowerPoint, well, hell, they could have just emailed it to me, because I feel like I shouldn't be there. I'm paying big money to listen to them share their story. And if all they're doing is reading off a PowerPoint, no, I want them to be human. I want them to stumble over stuff and stammer and make mistakes, because that's how I know that they're real. I don't like, things that are too perfect, because to me they spent way too much time trying to make their speech perfect and not enough time trying to get to know me or the audience. And that's one thing I try to do very, very much. I gauge the audience before I get on stage, before I share a story. There's usually one or two stories I always share, and then I tweak it as I need to be flexible to the audience. And that's what live video does for you. And if you're thinking, well, I have a face for radio, I don't think people are going to really appreciate, me saying stuff. There's a lot of people out there making big money on live video. You can too. So, hey, this is Rob Anspach. Hope you found this helpful, and stay tuned for a future live video.